Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Here I'm Safrila. I'm one of the second group of curriculum textbook analysis group. Here I want to explain about our module. Let's talk about the how about going to the movie. Nah, we have two lectures that Mem Nora Ronita Dewi, S.Pd, SS M.Hum, and Mem Masitawarni, S.Pd, M.Hum. Here, I'm not alone. I'm with my friend that's Andre and Fania. All right. I will explain for you the first. It's talk about the table of the content. Their title page, table of content, concept map, introductions. The will of the introductions is model and identity, basic competencies, brief descriptions of the material, instruction for using the module, and learning materials. And then talk about the learning activities one. The learning activities ones have 5 subbab or subcapture. They are learning objectives, material descriptions, summary, independent assignment, practice questions, and self-assessment. Not only in the learning activities one, but in the learning activities two also like the learning activities one. That's there is a learning objectives, material descriptions, summary, practice questions, and self-assessments. Uh, the fact that they are different because in the learning activities one we talk about independent assignments, but in the learning activities two, no, we just talk about the 5 subcapture. Okay, and the next is evaluations, and for the last is the references of this module. Okay, guys. Here I will explain to you about our concept map of this module. We take the mastery or the mastery first, that's making suggestions and offers. There are four. First, we must get the social functions, elements of the language, and text structure, and the last one is context. What is the social functions of the making suggestions and offers? That's first, give suggestions and offers to establish interpersonal relationships with teachers, friends, family, and other people. And the next one is elements of the language. The elements of the language, there are four, and that's vocabulary related to the topic of suggestions and offers, and then the modals, simple of both form and offers, and then the modals, simple of both form, and the last one is spelling if you read it right. Okay, here we will talk about what is the text structures of the making suggestions and offers. That's introductions, give suggestions and offering, and response, and the last one is closing. Okay, guys. And the last one is context. What is the context of this material? They are social environments and school. Okay, next we will talk about the introductions. The introductions of the module is the first is module identity. The lessons is actually exactly class, the 11th class, the time is 4 times 45 minutes, or we can say that 2 meetings of every meetings. That's a module title is how about going to the movie. Okay, the basic competence is 3.1, that's talk about apply social functions, text structures, and linguistic elements of spoken and written structural interactions text that involve the act of giving and asking for informations related to task suggestions and offers according to the context of their use. So here we will mask the linguistic elements should, that, and can't. Okay, guys. The next is the about 4.1 of the basic competencies in this module. There's a composed transactional interaction text, spoke and written, short and simple, which involves the act of giving and asking for informations related to suggestions and offers. Take to account the correct and appropriate social function, text structure, and linguistic elements context. Okay, the C is talk about the brief descriptions of the material. Okay, ear to learn. In this learning activity, we will discuss transactional interactions text related to asking and giving suggestions and offers. When friends, relatives, and people around us are still in doubt and can't decide what they will do, usually they will ask for advice. Okay, I think all of you know about this, yeah, guys. And then we are happy to provide suggestions, even if our suggestions may or may not be accepted. So we are like aware about that. So and then in that additions, we also often offer help to others who need and response to offers given to us. Okay, for the T is talk about the instructions for using the module. Have explained to you in the table of contents just now. Okay, in the learning activities 1 and the learning activities 2, they are make it easier for you to learn this module. Pay attention to the following. First is read this module carefully. So before you want to write or before you want to finish all the activities, all the uh, assignments or all the questions in this module, you must read this module carefully first, okay guys. And then the read other references that can increase your knowledge and insight regarding material about transactional interactions text related to suggestions and offers. Sorry, to suggestions and offers. Okay, do each exercise according to the instructions given. So you must always do the exercise because if you always do, you will be usual to do anything. Okay, guys. And then that's consultations with teachers, friends, and other people who can help you when you encounter difficulties. And the last one is use a dictionary when necessary. I think that dictionary is very important for our learning. Okay. Next one is learning materials. In this module is divided into two learning activities. Yeah, the first is learning activities 1 and the second is learning activities 2 and includes material descriptions, sample questions, practice questions and evaluation questions. Okay, in the learning activities 1, you will learn about material and social functions, text structure, and linguistic elements of transactional interaction text will be discussed regarding suggestions and offers. Okay, and the learning activities too, you will learn about the material that has been discussed in learning activity 1 will be will be reviewed, and then you will practice composing dialogues related to your own suggestions and offers. So after you study in the learning activity 1, you will answer the learning activity 2 directly because if you can understand in the learning activity 1, you can finish all the questions, all the exercises of the learning activity 2. Okay. The following is a brief descriptions of transactional interaction text material regarding suggestions and offers. First is the social functions. What's the social functions of this module or of or these learning activities? That's you must give suggestions. Okay. The following is a brief descriptions of transactional interaction text material regarding suggestions and offers. First is the social functions. What's the social functions of this module or of or these learning activities? That's you must give suggestions and offers to establish interpersonal relationships with teachers, friends, family, and other people. And the text structures, there are four. The first is opening, the second is provide suggestions and offers, the third is response, and the last one is closing. Okay, talk about the language element of this learning activity. There are only four, same like the first is text structures. They are vocabulary related to the topic of suggestions and offers, modals, simple verb form, and spelling if you read it right. Okay, the context is social and school environment directly. Okay, guys, I think let's talk about the introductions. Okay, see you.
Hello everyone, my name is Andres Litonga. I'm a student from Maine State University and my major is English education. In this part video, I will explain to you about learning activities 1. In learning activities 1, this first is learning objective. After learning activity 1, you are expected to able to 1. Identity social function, text structure, and linguistic element of transactional interaction, text related to suggestion and offers according to the context of their use. 2. Identity the various expression is in making suggestion and offers. And 3. Apply social function, text structure, and linguistic elements of transactional interaction text relate to suggestion and offers according to the context of their use. B. Material description. In this learning activity 1, you will read and study explain example of dialogues giving suggestion and offers along with their responses. Let's start our learning activities by understanding the expression of giving suggestion and offers in the dialogue. In this practice 1, you can see a dialogue between Sandra and Julia. You can also practice the dialogue with your friends. Okay, after reading the dialogue above, did you find the expression used to make suggestion and offers? Underline the expression of suggestion and offers that you find. Now let's understand the meaning of the two dialogues, especially related to the social function and structure of the idiom of giving suggestion and offers. For that, try doing the following practice question first. In practice 2, answer the following question based on dialogue above. There is a question. What's your practice 2 is not difficult not to understand the meaning of the expression of giving suggestion and offers and their responses. Try to compare the answers below with the result of your book. This is the question. And you answer the result. Now in the practice 3, we'll discuss other phrases or expression used by making suggestion and offers with responses. Read the explanation carefully and note them down in your notebook. 1. Making suggestion. To suggest means to introduce or to propose an idea or a plan for someone's consideration. It can be in the form of a solution, advice, plan, and an idea. It can be accepted or refused. Here are some common phrases and used to make some suggestion. This is a material of make suggestion. And you can most of the expression used for making suggestion are in question form. Now let's learn how to respond to the expression of making suggestion. In the column is accepting a suggestion and refusing suggestion. You can see here. As you understood, the expression is used to give suggestion and responses. Continue the practice using this expression so that you become more fluent in English. Well, let's now learn about the expression used to make an offer. Please read carefully the following material concepts. 2. Making offers. To offer means that you would like to do or to give something for someone, to provide product, service, etc. Offers can be in terms of money, food, friendship, solution, or a bargain. It can be accepted or refused. Here are some common phrases used to make offers. You can use modal verbs such as gone, will, sell. This is making offers, accepting offers, and refusing offers. You can see here. Have you studied an understood expression used to make offers and their responses. If there is still something you don't understand, don't be hesitant to ask your teacher. So that is easier for you to remember. Don't forget to practice. Next, let's try to use expression you have learned about to complete the following dialogues. In practice 4, complete the following dialogues using expression of making suggestion or offers. There's the dialogue, and you can give expression of making suggestion. Have you been able to complete all the dialogue above? Well done. Before looking at the discussion of suggested question, you can first discuss the result of your work with your friends, teacher, or parents. Now try to compare your answer with the following answer quiz. That is the answer quiz. You can following your answer. All of your answer correct. If you can answer all the question correctly, it means that you have been able to use the expression of giving suggestion and offers in dialogue. Fantastic. Alright, now let's review again the material that you have learned in the following summary section. Summary. In the summary, the structure function of transactional interaction tasks regarding suggestion and offers is to help others and show our concern so that we can establish an interpersonal relationship with other people. The structure of the transactional interaction text regarding suggestion and offers consists of 1. Opening, 2. Provide suggestion and offers, 3. Responses or accept and reject, 4. Cover. The linguistic elements of the transactional interaction relate to suggestion and offers consist of 1. Vocabulary of suggestion and offers, 2. Modals, 3. Simple form, 4. Proper spelling and punctuation. After doing the exercise in the previous activity and reviewing the summary of the material, try to check once again your understanding of the material you have learned by completing independent assessment and doing the following practice question. The independent assessment. Read and study sample conversation about suggestion and offers from a variety of sources. Pay attention to the expression used in various situations. Write down these expressions and state how they are used in formal or informal situations. There is a practice question. Read the dialogue below and answer the question. There is a question you can answer. Part 3. Complete the following dialogue using the responses to the suggestion and offers. There is give suggestion and offers. Have you finished the practice question? Now check your work by comparing it with the following answer K. K in the cases of exercise 1. This answer of question. That's all about learning activities 1. Thank you.
Okay, I will explain this learning activity to learning objectives. After learning activity 2, you expect to be able to first create a dialogue text that contains the expressions of giving suggestions and offers. And second, you will be able to bring the dialogue that has been made. B. The material descriptions. After reading the sample dialects and studying the material on how to give suggestions and offers along with their response in learning activity 1, in activities 2 you will learn to make your own dialect containing the expressions, provide suggestion and others along with their response. Before creating your own dialogue, you need to pay attention to the situation that is happening around you and give advice right. Let's start practicing by matching the situation with the most suitable suggestion with the given situation. Exercise 1. Match situation with the suggestion. Have you been able to match all the situation above the right words? Well done. Before looking at the discussion of the questions, you can first post the result of your work with your friends, teachers, or parents. Now to check your answer with the following answer key. And this is the answer of the question above. I have I have a problem with my motorcycle. And the suggestion is I suggest you to take it to the mechanic. Number 2 is the weather. The weather is fine today, and I suggest you to go to the park. Why we why don't we go to the park? Number 3, I can't see well. And the suggestion is I suggest you to wear glasses. Number 4, the old woman can't carry a bag. The suggestion is let's help her carry the bag. Number 5, I am bored at home, so we go to the cinema. All of your answer correct? If you can answer all the questions correctly, it means all of you. No. It means that you have been able to identify the expression of suggestion and the right over for different situations. Very good. Alright, now let's practice again, completing the next exercise. Practice 2. Read the following dialogue about making over and decide whether the second speaker accept or refuse the offers. Making over. Kevin, would you like some cookies? Thanks, but I'm on a diet. It means the second speaker is refuse it. Number 2, Joy, could I help you with your school project? And the second speaker say is I would love the help. It means she accepted. Number 3, woman, woman, first woman. May I help you? And the second woman say, no thanks, I'm just having a look. It means she refused. Number 4, Maya and Carrie. Do you need any help with the laundry? If you don't mind, thanks. It means he accepted. And last, Tom and Danny. Give me a shout if you need anything. That's very kind of you. Thanks. It means he refused the offers. The offers. If you find difficulties, you can reread the summary of the material provided. There are learning activity 1. Are you now able to identify the response given in each dialogue above? Come on, let's check together your result. And this is the right answer. And my answer is correctly. I answered the question, all of the question correctly. Yeah, right? Refuse, accept, refuse, accept, refuse. That's the responses. Okay, after that, after doing the exercise in practice 2, are you more confident to use the expression of giving suggestion and others and giving response to suggestion and others? Do you remember the proverb that reads, practice makes perfect? The more you practice, the more you will understand and master this material. Therefore, let's continue practicing for create another dialogue. Practice 3. Let's try to write a mini dialogue based on the following situation. Number 1, your friend tell you that he has difficulties with online classes because the internet connection at his house is bad. Offer him to come to your house. uh, why don't you come to my house and do the online class in my house with me, because the internet connection in my house is not bad. It's good here. Number 2, the school holiday is coming soon. Your friend don't know yet what to do during school holidays. um, why don't you go to the beach with me? We go on a holiday together. Do you want to go? Do you want to go on a holiday together with me? You can offer him like that. Are you still excited to do the given exercises? Must be excited, right? For this exercise, there is no fixed key. What you can do is communicate with friends to check it each other work perspectively. You can also take advantage of online apps for spell checking or spelling or sentence structure errors or grammars. However, if you are still confused about the form of dialogue that can be made based on the situation given above, you can study an example of possible dialogue that can be made based on the situation presented above. Possible dialogue you can make. Number 1, you. You seem unhappy. What's the matter with you? Your friend. I have difficulties in submitting my assignment because the internet connection is bad in my house. And then you offer her or him, why don't you come to my house? I don't have trouble with the connections. And then your friend accepted. Thank you, I really appreciated it. Number 2, school holiday is coming soon. Do you already have a plan? No, I don't know yet what to do during the holiday. What about going with me to my grandparents' house in the village? That sounds great, but I have to ask my parents first. Okay, let me know if they allow you to go with me. See summary. As reinforcement, study the summary of expression of suggestion and offers. Below this and common press used to make suggestion. Number one, let's. Oh, what the hell? This is the common press used to make suggestion. There is first, last, second, what about, third, how about, fourth, why don't we, number five, fifth, so we, six, I suggest that if you are accepting suggestion, you use yes, please, alright, okay, let's. Thank you, it's very kind of you. That's a good idea. And then, if you refusing the suggestion, you use no, thank you, I am not sure. No, let's not. Blah blah blah. I don't feel like. And the common phrase used to make over. May or can I? Would you like? Is there anything I can do for you? Can I give you a hand? And the last is give me out. Give me out if you need anything. Oh, here is there is so many there. If you refusing offer, you use no thanks, no thank you, no please don't bother. It's alright, thank you. I can manage. Thank you all the same. And then if you accepting the offer, you say thanks for the offer. Thank you. Yes, please. If you don't mind. And the last is that's very kind of you. Oh, that's very kind of your thanks. And then here some exercises. Thanks. You're welcome. A self-assessment. After studying the material above and doing the given exercise, please fill in answer the following statements by placing a tick in the column below. In the self-assessment, I pray before and after doing activities. Learn to use this model. I don't think so. So I just know we. Oh my god, where is it? Oh, there you are. I pray before and after doing activities. Learn to use this model. I don't think so. I learned to use this model on a scheduled basis. Yes, I think so. I work on this model myself without help from other. I don't think so. I do it with my friend. I already understand the social function, the structure, an element the language of transactional interaction text and apa nih interaction text related to suggestion and bit. Yeah, I think so. I can compose simple transactional interaction text related suggestion and over correctly in context and over correctly and in context. Yeah. The evaluation. I think my